I'm in Vegas for NetApp's Insight Conference, and Vegas is always happening. It's a cool spot and lots of crazy everywhere you look. Hi, I'm Chris Brandt, and I'm here with another Future Tech video. NetApp recently held their Insight conference in Las Vegas, Nevada, and there is always something crazy going on in Las Vegas. And there's always a lot of shows in Las Vegas. The hotel I was in had a cryptocurrency conference going on, and I can only imagine the shenanigans that a bunch of geeky math crypto nerds could get into in Vegas. So there were not a lot of new product announcements at Insight this year, but I think that's okay. This is an opportunity for them to focus on the fundamentals of their business and for them to focus on the on-prem cloud, hybrid cloud data fabric story that they've been trying to put together. And like many other shows this year, it wasn't a huge crowd. And I think there are several factors for this. One, I think products are just kind of getting simpler. So the educational component isn't quite as urgent for most companies. And I think the second issue is that so many companies have retracted their budgets for these types of things that people just don't get an opportunity to go to shows. And when they do get a little money to go to a show, they tend to focus on the bigger shows like reInvent or Microsoft's Ignite show. Now, NetApp has had actually a great year, but you wouldn't know it through the press or from their stock performance. They were rated this year by Gartner in their Magic Quadrant as an absolute leader in the storage space. And they have a really solid data lifecycle story now. And more importantly, they have been winning some really big deals. And some of these deals have been with the hyperscalers themselves. The rumor is that Azure is making use of a whole lot of NetApp storage. So one of the big dynamics that we've seen in this space is a shift towards a service-centric model. And a lot of this has been driven by cloud economics and the explosive growth of SaaS-based platforms. And as we see these shifts happen, a lot of hardware vendors are looking for ways to shift to a more consumption-based model. And NetApp is no different in this regard. And one of the big announcements at NetApp Insight this year was Keystone. Now, this is a set of initiatives to help simplify the purchase, operation, and management of NetApp infrastructure. The idea of this is to introduce cloud-like agility into the acquisition of NetApp products for both on-prem and cloud resources. So companies now have the option to outright purchase their equipment or to purchase it through an OpEx-based consumption model. And additionally, this initiative focuses on reducing the complexity to purchase this equipment. And they're doing this by simplifying their catalog, reducing the amount of SKUs, and they say they want to get down to a single page quote, which if you've seen NetApp quotes would be a significant improvement. And this extends to renewals with a simplified, more predictable cost model. Another aspect of Keystone focuses on channel partners. And Keystone is focused on developing qualified leads that can be funneled to the channel partner. And this is designed to help expedite the process of purchasing equipment. Now, we haven't really seen this in the field yet, but this will be very welcome, I assure you. NetApp had a lot of floor space, interestingly, devoted to the partner community as well, which is something you don't typically see at shows like this because they tend to be more end user focused, but it was nice to see some of the channel partner pieces in there. Another big focus for NetApp is their data-centric vision around on-prem, cloud, hybrid cloud environments. And one of the products that they were highlighting was ActiveIQ. This AI ops-based product helps troubleshoot and make remediation recommendations across the entire data fabric. Combined with cloud insights, this will extend your visibility across your entire data fabric and your application portfolio. Cloud Insight Premium offers Kubernetes monitoring, topology visualization, and insider threat detection. And they have also introduced NetApp Cloud Compliance, which helps extend your compliance monitoring across your cloud and multi-cloud environments. Another product that has been getting a lot of attention and focus from NetApp is NetApp Kubernetes Services. This is available on all the major cloud platforms and provides Kubernetes as a service to its users. It helps you create scalable, ready-for-production Kubernetes clusters, and it offers you centralized management for all of these clusters. So the show had a lot of vendors there showcasing their products that integrate and work alongside NetApp's products. Educational sessions, not just outside of the floor, but on the floor. They had several theaters set up for educational sessions. And they had a whole section devoted to channel partner enablement, which was an unusual and cool thing to see. One product that I saw there that I found really interesting, but wasn't getting a whole lot of attention because it was in a booth a little bit off to the side, was this little edge device. It is an entire compute and storage system complete with NVIDIA GPU on board and NetApp's ONTAP running natively. Now, this little device goes for about $99, and this is targeted towards developers who are looking to develop IoT applications and AI apps on the edge. And the cool thing about this little version of ONTAP called Photon is it helps you extend these little edge devices into the NetApp data fabric. And I think this is a really cool way to do edge computing. Here's Fred Jenkins, who is in charge of NetApp's global business development for AI.
So really what we're showing here is this is a demo really to demonstrate the power of leveraging ONTAP as one of your tools, as one of the tools that you can use to move data from the edge to core to the cloud, you know, our data pipeline story. And so what we've really done and what we got here is a slimmed down version of an edge device right here, which is a Jetson Nano. And on this Jetson Nano, we've got, and here's another copy of it, we've got a copy of Photon, which is a very slimmed down version of ONTAP. And we've done some training using a number of images that we did back at our branch office. And so we've got an inferencing program that's been trained and it's been loaded on to this Jetson Nano. The model does three things: image capture, which then does gender, age, and sentiment analysis. And so on the edge, what we're doing here is initially showing just with all of that loaded on an ONTAP stack, doing some initial inferencing at the edge, but at the same time, all of that data that it's capturing is then moved using a copy program up to Amazon, an EC2 instance, where you then take that and again do some additional further inferencing in the way of doing emotions over time, so you get an aggregated mood analysis of a histogram basically of what the sentiment is over time. So the idea there is just to demonstrate the ability to do stuff on the edge, take all of that same data and seamlessly move it somewhere else, this case to the cloud. The same thing can be done to move it on premises to demonstrate the power of ONTAP and our tools and the data fabric.
I want to keep this one relatively short. There's going to be a part 2. I had a few conversations with a couple vendors that I've got interviews with that I'll be sharing with you. If you like this, please click the like button, hit the subscribe button, and if you want to get updates, click on that bell and you will get notifications when I post new videos, and more importantly, when I post part 2 of this. So until then, I will see you in the next video, which will be part 2.